Hey there, Internet. Welcome to the third devlog. If you're just joining us for the first time, I'd like to encourage you to check out our other videos on our channel. You can find them on the playlist that's linked in this video, and it gives you an overview of where the game started and where we're at right now. So this week we're just going to talk about some progress and where we're at. Not a whole lot was done this week, but we are going to talk about something that's pretty interesting, and that's the timeline of our game. But first, we're just going to show off the combat mechanic, so the player can actually attack back now against the slime. So instead of just being able to be attacked by the slime, as we've seen before, we can actually take damage from the slime, and we can deal damage to the slime. So there's kind of a lot going on right now. We have the NPCs, our companion, and ourself in the slimes. So as you can see, we can basically attack the slimes and they can attack us, and it's now more of a game instead of just the one-sided. The slime can deal damage to you, but you can't really deal damage to the slime. There's still going to be some room for improvement here. As you can see, we can hit the slimes and they kind of fly back, but they don't actually come back and actually collide with us. We kind of have to run into them almost. Well, I guess that one, he's actually fighting back a little bit more than usual, but there's still a little bit more tweaking that can be done, and currently there's no animations for the slimes. We're not sure if we're actually going to use these slimes in the final release that we're going to shoot towards. However, the slimes are just good as a thing to test with right now, so that's kind of what it's serving its purpose as. So yeah, that's pretty much all that was done with combat, is just getting the player to be able to swing the sword, and you can swing it in every direction, which is kind of interesting, kind of neat. But now let's actually transition into talking about where we're headed with our timeline. So our idea for this game is to release a Kickstarter to basically see if we can gauge interest and see what people are thinking of the game in an early form of a deliverable. So what does that mean? That means we're going to work towards creating a chapter 0 of our project, and during this chapter 0 we're going to try to compile all the features that we'd want to see in the complete game into chapter 0 and essentially make a mini game, or a short story rather, that we can deliver in the form of a Kickstarter and kind of just show off what we are able to produce, and then see if we can gather some funding in that way. And currently the timeline we're shooting at for this Kickstarter would be August. And if all goes well and we actually do hit that target date, then we'll be releasing more videos in between there as we develop the game further, but we'll be posting more updates on our social media accounts and on our blog. And speaking of the blog, I'm actually going to leave a link to the blog in this video's description, where you can check out more in detail depth of what we're actually thinking about for the release of this Kickstarter and of Chapter 0. So I'd encourage you to check that out, read through that, and it should do a good job of answering any questions you might have. But of course, if you do have questions, we are happy to answer them for you, and if you'd just like to chat with us, you can reach out on Twitter or Facebook, or we have an email that you can find in the About section of YouTube. And I'd just like to encourage you, if you are interested in following this game's development, you can check us out on Facebook and Twitter, as well as check out our website. You can find just other links that we're posting stuff to, like an Instagram account that we just made. So yeah, that's pretty much all that we have for this week. Stay tuned for more development in our game, and we will see you next week. Thank you so much for watching.